Good evening and welcome back to DXB Today, where we are talking more about how you can start the new year in the best way. A plant, how's it going to grow if the pot isn't suitable? How are you going to grow if your environment isn't suitable? So that's why we're very happy to be welcoming to the show and starting the new year with our next guest, who's going to be able to help guide you through the right direction. Please join us in welcoming to the show Ruby Fahmi, who is a interior architect and energy expert. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Ferris.
So tell us a little bit about what it is that you do when it comes to decluttering and our spaces as a whole.
So in general, I do interior design, but I discovered that there's a very big aspect that people don't really attend to, and it's the energy. People usually want beautiful spaces, trendy spaces, but they don't really focus on what is bringing them the best to them energy-wise.
It's always just a lot of beige. So tell us a little bit about some of the mistakes that you see where they could, their energies could be more optimized.
So, I mean, in terms of beige or the minimalistic aesthetics, that's just a trend, you know, that's been for 10 years. Now it's shifting and it's changing. But in general, energy has nothing to do with the style. Because we can like have good energies in our houses, but we have completely different styles. So what we can do to bring or to harness good energy in our homes is to kind of first connect with ourselves, know what we actually need in our homes, and bring that to our homes. So we live in a very consumeristic culture that we just buy, and that overwhelms us, not only in our homes, like physical, but also cognitively. We have this cognitive overload because of the many things that we see around us.
Absolutely.
Ruby, it's the start of the year. Say I want to invite abundance into my life. I want to invite only good energy into my life. What is something that I can do in my home now to invite that?
I mean, I would start with the decluttering. I would definitely start with, instead of buying or getting something that would bring me, you know, I would actually kind of try to filter through my stuff. What is it that I don't need anymore, that's not bringing me joy anymore, and let that go. And that would be a good way to start the new year.
But that's the thing with decluttering. I just went through my own like
I
spring
heard.
cleaning and decluttering, and it was so hard because I had things from my university days, from my high school days, from my old work as well, and it was so hard to let it go because it's so emotionally attached to me. So how do we work around things like let's keep it aside because we might need it, or let's keep it aside because it's memories and sentimental, and make a space that is more freeing and less heavy?
So I will not advise people to declutter and then buy things. You know, so it's counterproductive to just, you know, do the same thing over and over again. So what I would say is, and I always look up to Marie Kondo, you know, Marie Kondo's method.
Yes.
So look at something that you already have and see if it still sparks joy. If it sparks joy, keep it. You know, we buy things to make us happy, right? So keep it if it does still spark that joy. If it's not serving you in any way, it doesn't anymore, you know, connect with you, then...
But what if I need it one day?
What if
Make
I
a box.
fall into it one day?
Oh my gosh, yes, clothes.
Exactly.
I mean,
I'll fit into it one day.
there's also a big part of this that is, you know, being good to the environment. You know, we collect a lot of things, especially clothes. And, you know, it's good to also be very mindful when you're buying something. Do I really need it? Or should I, you know, I already have something that's similar. We tend to also buy things that we like they're connected to us in some way. So the more that you're mindful of what you're actually gonna buy and what you're gonna have in your space, because spaces do affect us.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that? Because I know decluttering is such an important thing to clear our mind, but what about the energy? You're an energy expert. Tell us how that's connected to energy.
According to Feng Shui, we are beings, we are part of this universe, right?
Right.
So we are in constant flow. And flow means change. We need to be constantly not hindered or not obstructed. So the more that we have clutter or collect clutter, we are actually going against that flow, against that natural flow, or let's say change, evolvement. Like, you can name it so many words, but in the end it comes down to flow and how we want to be always in constant flow. So it goes against, clutter does go against our natural flow.
Ruby, how do we know that we've outgrown the space that we're in? Because a lot of the times, so we move to a new house and we design it, and then years go by and you're like, I don't feel that good anymore in the house. How do we know that it's a time for a reset?
So again, we hold energies within us, right? And spaces hold energies as well. And the more aligned you are to a space, the more the energies are aligned. So the space will tell you when it's not serving you anymore. And you find that a lot. You find people living in homes for maybe 20, 25 years, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, we're moving, we're leaving. It's because they have outgrown the space. The space is telling them, you know, we've served you enough. And we all possess internal compasses that guide us through what is good for us, what's a space that is beneficial to us, what's a space that's just not good for us.
Absolutely. Well, I think you heard our conversation with Ria, who said, try and add something instead of take things away or reset. What is something we can add, a habit that everyone watching right now can add into their life this week to start the journey of decluttering?
I would invite people to declutter. So that's a good habit to have. And to start with decluttering, you should not overwhelm yourself.
Yeah.
You should not think that, you know, you're going to conquer the world and just, you know, over the course of one day finish a huge task. You should kind of put it in small doses, or small, like cut it and try to.
I've started doing that when I'm in my closet. I'm like, when did I actually wear this shirt?
Yeah.
I'll just put it in a pile that's by the door instead of just going through everything at once, because that is overwhelming.
Exactly. I mean, if you want to start, if it's a habit that you want to start today, start with your desk. I mean, we all have desks that are just, you know, overflowing with clutter. Just start with that, and also try to do it yourself, because take agency. Don't ask someone to do it for you. Do it yourself, because that also, that really speaks to your subconscious that you are giving yourself the permission to change and to grow.
But Ruby, I got a question. So we've been talking about a lot of things about decluttering, overwhelm, and everything. But obviously, just to start is overwhelming. So if there was just one space that we should all start at, where is this important space? What's going to make the biggest difference?
This is actually a very good question, and I have an exercise to use to determine what is that space, because that space is different for all of us. I would like people to close their eyes. Do you guys want to do it now?
I'll do it
Let's
now.
do it.
So close your eyes and think of a happy space. Maybe it's your garden, maybe it's your sister's living room. Think about the best space that brings you joy. And now think of how it makes you feel, and try to pinpoint 3 aspects of this space. Is it pretty? Is it organized? Is it clean? What is it that really makes it speak to you and make you happy? Now open your eyes and write that down. Write those 3 things that made you feel that that space is bringing you something, is making you happy. And then you're going to close your eyes again. Close your eyes again and think about the space in your home that is causing you the most anxiety, that is stressing you. It doesn't have to be a room. It could be a corner. It could be your desk. It could be your kitchen. It could be your bathroom. It could be anything. And recognize 3 aspects of that space that is bothering you, that is stressing you. Make a mental note of those 3 things that are bothering you in that space. And now open your eyes. Write that down. And now you have a blueprint, a tiny blueprint of what actually makes you happy, what actually does not make you happy. and just, you know, start small, I guess.
I love that. I don't know how I'm going to get a beach in the Philippines into my living room. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Before we say goodbye, though, Louis has a bit of a surprise for Ria.
Ooh, yes, Ria. We are going to find out as much as we can about you in 60 seconds. This is DXB in 60. Are you ready?
Oh, I am now.
Well, we're going to start with the clock in 3, 2, 1, go. Is there anything you want to give up or stop this 2026?
Stop doubting myself.
If you could have an AI assistant, what tasks would you want it to handle?
Organize my meetings for me. Answer that email.
Right? If you weren't doing this job, what do you think you would have done instead as a career?
Oh, I would have loved to have. I would have loved to live in the mountains and have a farm and have some chickens and some cows.
I want that too.
Right? Let's go. Let's go after this.
Do you have a guilty pleasure?
Oh, I do. Ice cream. Chocolate ice cream.
If you could have dinner with anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Audrey Hepburn.
Nice. Do you have something you want to tick off your bucket list for 2026?
I really want to trek to the Himalayas, but my mom, who's here right now, is just staring at me like, don't you dare. So, in time, in time.
A book, movie, or series you'd recommend?
Oh, I love Charlie and a chocolate. A chocolate
Factory.
Yes,
Chocolate ice cream.
that's the one. Beautiful, beautiful movie.
Time is up, but we do have one question left. Why Dubai?
Because it's home. Because it's my people. It's where the love is. You know.
Love
Beautiful.
that. Ria, thank you so much for
Thank
guest
you.
co-hosting today. You were
Thank you.
fantastic and can't wait to take these journals home.
Amazing.
And start our journey. And Ruby, thank you so much for being with us. We can't wait to see you again. We'll talk about my living room situation because when you said what is the part that gives you the most stress, it's the area where my pet rabbits sleep. So I have to get rid of the rabbits.